Hey folks, today's video is going to be my July favorites because it's nearing the end of July. Is it officially the end of July yet? No. But I just had some things that I wanted to talk about and gush about, and I'm preparing for a larger video that's taken more time than I had anticipated, and this was easy to film, so this is what you're getting today. Happy Saturday. Today we're going to talk about my favorite things, products, new things from this last month. Yeah, there's not a lot of makeup, so this favorites is probably going to be similar to last month's, where it's just going to be a lot of like other auxiliary things that are kind of random. So let's actually get started with some new hair products, because I have new hair products. I've had a couple people mention, they're like, oh, I love your haircut. Thank you, by the way, but I haven't cut my hair. I have just straightened it. I bought myself a new hair straightener last month from Amica. Not sponsored, by the way. I bought all this with my own money because the hair straightener I had for the longest time was like, I think it was like 5 or 6 years old. I bought it from like Sally's. Not the most high quality straightener. The thing is, my old straightener that I had, it worked for doing my curls and my waves, which the only thing I do to my hair when I style it is I put it in braids, I let it air dry, and then I take it out of the braids and then take like a 1-inch flat iron, it's the same size as the other one, and then just kind of curl it in different directions and kind of let it fall. The other hair straightener I had worked for that, but it never worked really well for straightening my hair. So I never straightened my hair because it never stayed straight. So I bought myself a new one because the other one was old. And this one is from Amica, and it's cute, which is also another plus. Look, it's cute. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? I literally straightened my hair a little bit ago, and also my hair is fading. I have been using more intense shampoo because I know I'm gonna refresh the color soon, so that's why the purple is faded. I really have been liking this hair straightener. I think the cord's really like sturdy. It doesn't like get twisted up weird and stuff, because sometimes flat iron cords just are annoying to deal with. This one is not super annoying, and it goes up to 450. I don't go up that high. Usually I go between 4 and 420, and it works really well. And it's easy on my hands. It's not too like, there's not too much resistance. Like, it's a flat iron, like it's a typical flat iron, but so far I've been really enjoying it, and it's been actually like straightening my hair and keeping it straight for the first time in like years. That's what a new flat iron does, that it just keeps your hair in the way that it's supposed to be. At the same time that I bought that, it's like a pre-wash treatment that you put on your hair to keep it from fading. And I'd gotten a sample of it in like a Sephora package once, and I liked it. And so I bought it. I've only used it a handful of times, so I can't really say yay or nay on whether or not it's like a favorite of mine. But also because I've been using more intense shampoos and I'm preparing to like recolor it. Another thing that I bought that was a direct recommendation from my hairdresser is the Shield. It's an anti-humidity spray, and it's like a lock-in all-day style with this heat-activated invisible style extending spray that protects hair from 450-degree Fahrenheit heat, humidity, and maintains frizz-free styles for 24 hours. Use it, shake, spray on damp or dry before heat styling. Use on previously styled hair to extend longevity. And this does have UV protection in it, which is why I bought it, because the other heat protecting spray, I've had the Kenra one, which is like fantastic. Like, I highly recommend the Kenra one. If you don't have like color treated hair and you don't care about like the sun bleaching or fading your hair, because that's what happens to my purple side specifically, because this side of my hair gets so much more sunlight when I'm driving to work. So I wanted to buy one that had a UV protection in it, and so far I've been really enjoying it. I can't necessarily say that it's like super been extending my color because I've been using different shampoos, but I like how it feels. It doesn't make my hair feel oily. It smells nice too. I really like the smell of it. Yeah, it smells really good, and also it matches my flat iron. It's cute. It's cute. But yeah, so Amica was definitely another one that I've been wanting to try as far as hair care brands because of a recommendation from my hairdresser. So been enjoying that so far. A body scrub that I broke back into this month because I had finished a previous one is the Lokita Bath & Body Horchata Sugar Scrub, and I love this stuff. Lokita's sugar scrubs are really nice. They kind of lather in the bath. I use this on my legs and all over my body, my legs and my arms mostly when I'm taking a bath. And it does have like a nice kind of lathering effect, so I can like use it at the same time that I use my shower gel, and it just feels so soft and so nice. This one smells really good. It smells like horchata, and I just love smelling. I love smelling. It's so good. And I like the size of their sugar scrubs too, because they're not like too large. And so you go through it in a shorter amount of time and you can like try different smells, because sometimes I get really bored with shower gels and scrubs and using the same one all the time because it's a more kind of like fun and frivolous thing. So I like the size of these because of that I get to like switch it up and try new things. I haven't bought a new one from them in a while, so I need to see what kind of new scents they have, but I do highly recommend Lokita for bath and body stuff. They have like bath bombs and soaps and scrubs, body butters, all kinds of fun things, and they're cruelty free. I like it. Small business. Big fan. Some makeup things that I purchased and I've been using and I've been enjoying, I've been learning. I've been learning and enjoying these things. They are these split liners and wet liners from GLSEN Cosmetics, and this is kind of a new makeup endeavor for me, like learning how to do this like graphic liner thing. I bought a couple of brushes from GLSEN as well because I didn't have any like super thin kind of like art brushes for doing liner. So I've used these in at least one video. I did in my video where I was talking about my favorite anime shows. I think it was just the purple one I used for that. This one is split with like a lighter and darker purple, and as well as the pink one. And then this one's just like a hot kind of orangey red that I plan on using for a video coming up soon. And I've been enjoying using these. It's been a lot of just kind of my trial and error and learning, but they've been really fun to experiment with and really fun to kind of play around with. And they're not too large. Like, I didn't know how big these were going to be when I ordered them. So the fact that they're tiny is actually really nice because it's not so big to where I'm like buying an amount of product that I'm never gonna get through because they're so small. I wanted to kind of try these ones first before buying like palettes of cake liners because I wasn't sure how I was gonna get along with them. I will be looking for a new black liquid liner because apparently NYX is discontinuing my favorite matte liquid liner, so that's not exciting. So I'll have to buy like a black one. I've been looking into the Midas ones as well because they have the cake liner palettes, but I've been wanting to try GLSEN for a while, and these are super cute and tiny and easy to take with me. And once I kind of figured out the ratio of like water to product, they work really well. And they come off super easy. Like, they're super easy to remove because it's a water activated liner. So literally it just comes right off. So very easy if you're kind of playing around with things, experimenting with stuff, and don't want to have to like scrub your face to get things off of it. One thing I'd been wanting to try for a long time, a brand that I'd been looking at, a brand I'd been following, and I never actually like purchased, click buy online, is Eczema Honey. And they started carrying this brand at CVS. So I went to one of my local CVS's, and they only had the body lotion, the full body moisturizer. I want to try the body butter too, like the more kind of thick balm thing, but they didn't have it at the CVS I went to. But this is just like a body lotion, just a pump body lotion. The second ingredient is glycerin, which I'm a huge fan of because glycerin is like one of my favorite ingredients just for like locking in moisture. Oh yeah, it has colloidal oatmeal in here. This is something that I've been wanting to try for a long time because of that. And specifically it has eczema in the title, which, hello. That's me. It has a really nice kind of pleasant kind of honey and oat scent. Really mild, and it's a nice texture too. Like, it's a lotion. Like, it's not like super oily, it's not super thick because the second ingredient is glycerin. It has more of that kind of slick lotiony feel rather than like a super oily feel. And I've been so far enjoying it. It hasn't bothered my skin. It's been really nice and calming, but so far I've been really liking it. And yeah, it's just a nice scent. I like the smell. I think that's all the beauty products and stuff and things. Now let's talk about a little more about anime. So if you didn't notice behind me in one of my recent videos, I have a new collection of manga that I've been collecting. I'm onto book 2, volume 2 of Blue Exorcist. I've been slowly going through this one because volume 3 was back ordered and I didn't want to like rush through this one and then have to wait for a long time to get volume 3 because volume 3 was like out of stock most places. So I'm making my way downtown, making my way through the Blue Exorcist manga, and then once I'm done with that one, I'll probably go through and read Black Clover, depending on where we are with the series. Like, where I'm thinking we'll probably finish the show before I get to reading the books. But reading the books will be a good way to tide me over until the movie, which I think is coming out next year. And I don't think they're ever going to make a third Blue Exorcist at this point. So I just get to read it now. So I've been enjoying reading them, and it's so pretty. Reading this now after watching the show like years ago and kind of seeing how they interpreted these panels and frames and characters into animation, I'm very pleased with it. I think they did a really good job at creating characters accurate to what Kazue originally created. Big fan of this so far. I'm slowly making my way through this one. Where am I in it, by the way? I think I'm like here. I've gotten through this much, but been reading that. And then I did do a whole video about my favorite anime in general. So if you want to see that, if you want to just watch me deep dive and just gush about things, I'll leave a link to that below. But another one that I watched this month and I finished completely was Fruits Basket, and it was very, very good, very emotional. I loved it. I see why it's a classic. I won't go too much into it because I talked about it in great detail in that video. But if you are wondering about it, it is not nearly as like just kind of fun, wholesome shoujo anime time. It's a lot more dark, and it deals a lot with like family trauma. So like, be forewarned. The title is a little bit misleading because you think you're going to something that's going to be like really like heartwarming and wholesome and stuff. There are parts that are heartwarming and wholesome, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of it that gets very dark. So just to let you know. But after that one, because I finished that one and I was like, well, fuck, now I'm done with another one, because enough of y'all, and enough of people on the internet, specifically my friend Mia from Mia's Virtual Vanity, I wouldn't say bullied me into watching this show, but like relentlessly bothered me into watching this show. And I'm very happy that people did, because now I'm obsessed. Jujutsu Kaisen, I had one of the theme songs as my song of the day with my last video with Libby, so you shouldn't be surprised that this is a new favorite.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. This show, there's only one season, so I'm a little bit annoyed because I'm like, damn, I can't watch more. But this show took everything I love about Blue Exorcist, like the themes, the orphan boy with superhuman demon strength power, whatever, and exorcists and all that. I took all of that I love and like made it more grown up. Because it's definitely more of a mature show. Like, there's a lot more gore involved, and the themes are a bit more mature, but it's not like an adult show by any means, but it's definitely, it's heavier than Blue Exorcist and Black Clover for sure. It's much heavier than those shows. Part of it, I think, has to do with the animation. It's just like darker in general, and the way the characters are animated, they look a little bit older, and the music is like hard as fuck and so good. Oh my, like I thought I was obsessed with the Death Note soundtrack. Holy crap. This show has the absolute perfect soundtrack. It's so good. There's like parts of it that's kind of like dancey, trappy, and then parts of it that's like heavy guitar, melodic post-rock shit, and like metal core types. Oh my god, it's just fantastic. The animation on this show is unreal. Like, it's so fantastic. Like, it's so pretty to look at and so just like interesting to watch, and the characters are great. Oh, the characters are so good. Like, Itadori is just a cinnamon roll of a person. Kugisaki is like hell badass. Like, that girl, she could beat you up. She could beat anybody up. She would beat me up. I wouldn't know what to do. Megumi is just, I love Megumi. I love his character so much. Just an introverted, quiet, shy, annoyed, sarcastic. So they're the three best friends that anyone could have. And then, there's Gojo. So because I've been just like consuming this show and like naturally just looking up things about the show and the characters, my internet rabbit hole has gone down a very interesting route. unlike any other show that I've watched up until now, I think because of Gojo specifically, there's a very horny corner of YouTube and Instagram that I have accidentally found my way onto, which is hilarious because he's so hot. It's so stupid. I'm like, Gojo's hilarious. He's everybody's favorite sarcastic troll of a fucking untouchable sensei. I'm laughing at myself. I'm laughing and judging myself because when I said I wanted to have like Hot Topic Girl Summer, I did not anticipate that that was also going to include me simping for an animated character, but apparently it is. So, you know, that's a thing. But honestly, it's kind of funny how like unnecessarily attractive they made all of the grown-ass men in this show. They didn't have to, but they did. Oh, I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed, and you know, it's fine. So yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. The characters are great. So good. So fantastic. Like, I can't wait to see what the next few seasons hold. The fight scenes are fucking badass. The fight scenes are so good. So we've been watching it on HBO Max because Josh signed up for HBO Max thinking that we'd be able to watch something else, and then he canceled it. So we have it for a month, so we've been watching it on HBO Max. But you can watch it on Crunchyroll. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Yeah, so that's been my newest thing. What else? Ooh, one thing that's kind of like abstract. I bought this Death Note t-shirt, and I've been looking for things for, possibly for like Christmas presents and stuff for Josh, for like Initial D and other stuff. So I've been looking on like eBay and stuff, and I looked on like Depop and Poshmark. Wasn't really finding that much luck there, but I had somebody recommend as an alternative Mercari, and I love it. I haven't bought much on there. Like, I bought that Death Note t-shirt I found on there, and then I bought this like kick-ass jean jacket that I'm gonna be sewing patches onto. I'm so excited. This was like it's a vintage extra large Lee jacket that had the tags, the original tags on it, and it's very like, it was in great condition because it was basically new, and I'm on there all the time now. Like, I was using Mercari to look and see if they had like secondhand versions of like mangas that I wanted to read, because I didn't want to necessarily buy all of them new because it's an expensive hobby, I have found out. But they have some good stuff there. They have a lot of like vintage clothes and stuff. It works similar to like Depop and eBay, but I've just had better luck finding things there that I haven't been able to find elsewhere. And it's very easy to use. Like, it's super easy, like super simple to use. I just have an app on my phone, and way easier to use than Depop. Depop, I find, doesn't organize things very well, but Mercari makes things super simple to search for. So I've been liking it for things, and I've been still looking up things that I can maybe find Josh for Christmas, because one of his favorite animes is like 20 years old, so trying to find things from like the early 2000s, not always the easiest thing if you don't want to buy just like bootleg shit. So yeah, Mercari has been a new recent fave that I'll probably be using more in the future when it comes to like finding vintage clothing and secondhand clothing, because I have got the style bug, and I'm waiting for a couple of things, and I'm gonna be doing a lookbook with things. I'm waiting for those patches. I gotta sew them on because I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out. There's really nothing else. For today's song of the day, I don't want to have it just be the other OP. Vivid Vice is the other OP, which is very, very good. I've just found a bunch of new artists that I really like and that I want to see live, but I won't be able to because it's fucking impossible for international artists to tour here in the US. So yeah, bunch of bands and stuff that I will never get to see here. I'm gonna have today's song of the day be Megumi's theme from the Jujutsu Kaisen OST, because it's so good. Who allowed them to have a soundtrack that's this good? Like, what? I've listened to a lot of soundtracks in my day, and even with like the more recent ones with like Black Clover and Blue Exorcist and Fruits Basket and all these other animes that I've watched, and like, y'all know how much I love the Death Note soundtrack. But all those other ones, like, they're good soundtracks, don't get me wrong, but they're not songs that I would necessarily just choose to listen to otherwise. Like, just play just a one-off song. Like, I would want to be, like, doing something else and have that on in the background. But this soundtrack is just full of songs that I would just listen to as songs. And this one specifically is so good. Like, it starts out kind of like lo-fi chill, and then it, like, builds into just this magnificent, epic, heavy guitar song. It's so good. I've listened to it so many times. That's everything that I wanted to talk about. Like I said, there's not a lot different, but I had some new things, hair and skin stuff and music stuff that I wanted to talk about that I didn't get to talk about last month. And like I said, I'm working on a video that's going to take me a bit longer that I'm scripting. Who am I? Scripting? Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this wasn't too scatterbrained and weird. But you know, it probably was. If you did like this video, please give it a like. Please give it a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. And then let me know what some of your favorite things of the month have been. And if you've seen any of the shows or tried any of the things that I've tried, who your favorite character from Jujutsu Kaisen is if you've watched it, because I'm curious. And I didn't even mention Sukuna, but like that corner of fucking horny YouTube is weird as hell. So... anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in my next video. Okay, bye!